Okay, good morning everyone. Today is 28th April, Tuesday. So in today's lesson, I'll be going through with you the corrections to the short answer test for April that you did on last Friday. You may want to log into ClassKick again using the same user ID, using the same username, so that you know whether your answers are correct. Okay. I think you also realize that I have actually omitted some of the questions which are on ratio. Ratio, the topic, I will be going through, I will be introducing the new topic ratio to you when school reopens in term 3, right? Okay, so let's go through some of the corrections. Right now, you are expected to do your corrections in the hard copy of your test paper. Okay, if I remember, this is worksheet 22. Okay, all right, I have seen some of your answers, and there are some common mistakes that some of you have made, and some of you have forgotten some of the topics, especially the P4 topics that you have learned. All right, so please do pay attention on the corrections. Okay, all right, the first question. All right, you are supposed to round off 25.758 to two decimal places. Now I realize that some of you do not quite understand what is the meaning of two decimal places. Now let's look at this number that given to you, 25.758. Now how many decimal places are there? Okay, yes, there are 3. So decimal place will be the numbers after the decimal point. So in this case it's 1, 2, 3. So this is 3 decimal places. Okay, now giving you another example. Let's say I have 750. How many decimal places are there? Is it 2 or 3? So let's count again. After decimal place, after decimal point, 1, 2, 3. It is still 3 decimal places. Alright, so unless you write down 25.75, then this is 2 decimal place. So regardless the number, even if it is a 0, the number after the decimal point, you consider that as a decimal place. Alright, okay, so bear that in mind. So in this question, you're supposed to convert 25.758 to 2 decimal places. That means instead of this is 3 decimal place now, you convert it into a number with 2 decimal places. Okay, so 758, 25 will remain. That means the 758 is either you round down to 25.75, because that is, so you just focus on the first 2 numbers, 75. So either you round out to 25.75 or you round up to 25.76. Alright, so round down to 25.75 or round up to 25.76. So to decide whether you round up or down, you look at the decimal place next to the second decimal place. So it's at 8. So 8 you have to round up. When you have 0 to 4, you will round down. When you have 5 to 9, you round up. Alright, so you round up to 25.76. Okay, so that is the answer, 25.76 for question number 1. Okay, question number 2. 460,375. Find the missing number. So like what I told you, you work out this part first. You add out the number. 400,000, 60,000, 5. Alright, so you get 460,005. So if you compare with this number, okay, so find the difference. So you will have to get this number minus away 460 and 5. Okay, so answer is 360. Sorry, 370. Okay, so answer is 370. That is the missing number. Question number 3. Write down 6 million. So I suggest that you break it out easier. 6,200,000 and 65. Alright, so add it up. Okay, so that is 6,200,000 and 65. Question number 4. Alright, so order operation, so there's a bracket there. So bracket, rule number 1 say if there's a bracket, let's work on the bracket first, even though it's subtraction. So write down the rest. 25 minus 17, 8. Okay, next you remove the bracket already. You have addition, division and multiplication. So rule number 2 say do division and multiplication first, but left to right. I realize that some of you make mistakes for this. 96 divided by 4, so that is 24. Okay, remember for this, calculators are not allowed. So now still apply rule number 2, multiplication first. So 24 times 8, and lastly 40 times 192, 232. Okay, alright, question 5. This is a number line, so you are given this number line and find the value of A. Okay, gonna use another color. Now for this question, for this type of question, you need to know is from here to here. Okay, 20.3 minus 20.2 is actually 0.1. So first thing you need to know, the value between 20.2 and 20.3 is 0.1. Because you need this information so that you know that each marking, okay, this marking, what is the value of each marking. Now this is important. Alright, okay, so next you will see that from here you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So from 20.2 to 20.3, there are 5 markings between them. Okay, now what is the value of each marking? So you need to get 0.1 divided by 5 to find out what is the value of each one. Okay, so let's look at this. How do we do this? 0.1 divided by 5. Alright, so let's perform long division. 0 divided by 5 cannot. Okay, now after that you put 1. Because if you have used 1, which is after decimal point, you need to put decimal point here. Now 1 divided by 5 also cannot, so you add a 0 here. 10 divided by 5, 2. 2 times 5, 10. Okay, so each marking is actually 0.02. So what does that mean? Okay, can you erase all this? It means that from here 20.2, okay, 20.2, okay, I add another 0.02 will be 20.22. Alright, so repeat, 20.2 plus 0.02, alright, 20.22. So in fact you can put a 0 here so that you can see that is 20, 22, 24, 26, 28, 30, where you can put a 0 here. Alright, so from here you have find out that each marking, the value is you're increasing by 0.02. So that is the answer, because the question asked for A, so it's 20.24. Alright, okay, so please do pause the video if you need to go back to any of the questions. Okay, let's go on to question 6 now. Question 6 onward, the questions are actually 2 marks each, meaning you need to show your working clearly. Alright, so find the value of 20.4 minus 6.38. I realize that many of you, when you are doing this type of question, you did not align, meaning to say that your hundreds place, which is here. Okay, let me use another color. This is your hundreds place. This is your tens. This is your ones. This is your tens. You make sure that they are all aligned. Right? Okay, so some of you put 20.4 plus 6.38. You find that they are not aligned already. Okay, so let me erase this. Okay, so make sure when you align, so that's where you can minus. You realize you can put a 0 here if you are more comfortable. So 0 minus 8. Okay, let me just redo all the whole thing. It's very messy here. So 20.4 minus 6.38. Put a 0 here if you want. So divide by not enough, so borrow. 10 minus 8 is 2. 3 minus 3 is 0. 0 minus 6 cannot borrow. 10 minus 6 is 4. Right? So answer is 4 point. Sorry, there's one more. 1 minus 0. So it's 14.02. Okay, question 7. Many of you did not do the working. You simply just list down the factors. And as a result, your answer did not give me all the common factors of these two numbers. You must list down all the factors of 32 and 56 first before you can list down the common factors between the two numbers. Right, so you need to work out the factors. So like what I told you, start with 1 first. So factors can be 1 times 32, 2 times 16, 3 cannot, 4 times 8, 5 no, 6 no, 7 no, 8 times 4. So you're repeating 4 times 8 is the same, so you stop. Right, you stop once you realize that your factors are repeating themselves. Okay, 56, start with 1, more systematic. Start with 1 times 56, 2 times 28, 3 times no, cannot, 4 times 14, 5 no, 6 no, 7 times 8, 8 times 7, so you're repeating. Alright, so you stop. So that is where you will list down all the common factors. 1, 2, 4, 8. Right, no more. Alright, so all the factors will be 1, 2, 4 and 8. Okay, you must give me all the 4 in order to get the 2 marks. Okay, question number 8. I think many of you didn't quite understand the question. Now the square grid below shows a rectangle ABCD, which is this is ABCD. Alright, it's a rectangle. Okay, so let me just erase so that it's not too confusing. Now you're supposed to complete this triangle, which is this one. Alright, this triangle X, Y, Z. That means there must be Z somewhere. Z can be another point because you need 3 points to make a triangle. This is where they want you to find out. You must find out where Z is so that X, Y, Z, they will form a triangle. But there are one very important condition. The condition is they must have the same area as ABCD. Alright, they must. Okay, so of course the first thing you need to do is find out what is the area of the triangle ABCD. So there are 2 ways of finding. Number 1, the easier way is by counting. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So the area of ABCD is 12 square units. Okay, so that's one way. Of course, if you ask me, what if the rectangle is a big rectangle, how are we going to count? You cannot count. So that's why you need to apply a formula. This is 3, the breadth is 3, and the length is 4. So 4 times 3, 12. Alright, so that is the way if you want to use the formula. So meaning to say, you have to, let me write down first, so that is the area, okay, 12 square units. Now you go back to a triangle, okay, x and y, I can take this as my base. This is my base, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 units. Okay, 6 units. So that means if I use my area of triangle equals to half base times height. Base will be 6. Okay, base will be 6. Okay, if base is 6, I can divide by 2. Okay, that means 3, you have to ask yourself, 3 multiplied by what number to give you a area, which is 12. You need the area to be 12. Why 12? You remember, that is the area of the rectangle. Alright, remember, the area of the triangle must be the same. Alright, so what must be the height be? Yes, the height must be 12 divided by 3 equals to 4. Alright, the height has to be 4. So one way is you look at this. So let's count. If I will count from here, 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, so that will be my Z. That will be my Z. Okay, so after that I will join this with this. Okay, so that is the area of the triangle in which, sorry, this will be the triangle XYZ in which the area will be 12 square units. Okay, right. So 2 marks, 1 mark for drawing the correct height. The height must be 4, and 1 mark for labeling the Z. Okay, you must label because the question has mentioned you need to label the point Z. Right. Okay. Next question 9. 465 times 300. So times 3 times 100. Okay, so 1395. You work out this part first. Times 100. So 100. Add the 20 behind. Okay, so 100. So answer is 100. 1395. 1000. Okay, sorry, 1, 2. Okay, so that's the answer. Okay, question 10. The square grid shows the plan of a park. The slide is northwest of the swing. Okay, now 2 things we need to take note. First thing is this one here. Alright, you need to know how to label. So in this case, if this is north, this must be south. Then this must be west, this must be east. Okay, you need to know how to identify. Okay, remember 8-point compass. So from here, if you extend, use another color. So this will be northeast, this will be southeast, this will be southwest, and this will be northwest. Okay, so that's the first thing. You need to remember how to label your 8-point compass. Okay, second thing, when you are doing this type of question, take note of one very important word, of the. Okay, and from the. Okay, whenever they use such a words, right, of the swing, that means you will be using this, okay, and put it on the swing. Okay, so it means you have to put this on the swing. Alright, I'm not going to write down all the detail, if not the whole thing is very messy, okay? Alright, so basically you're putting this here when you say off the swing. Okay, off the swing. So the question says the slide is northwest, and if you look at the slide is here, and that is northwest. Alright, so this statement is to tell us the orientation of the compass. So our orientation, this part is correct. Okay, so that is the importance of this information. Okay, so now the question says, in which direction is the bicycle kiosk from the barbecue pit? Now barbecue pit is here. It means now you have to put this here. Okay, you're going to put this here because it's from the barbecue pit. So you need to put 8-point compass on the barbecue pit. Okay, so erase this. So on the barbecue pit, so use the same direction. And the bicycle kiosk is here. So the bicycle kiosk is from this direction, which is southeast. Alright, so you can either write down southeast as in S-E, or you can spell it out. Okay, both are correct. Okay, alright, so remember these two things whenever you have 8-point questions on 8-point compass. First thing, understand how you indicate the 8 points on the compass. Number two, take note of the words like off the swing, from the barbecue pit, because that is where you will put your 8-point compass. Okay, alright, question 11. Okay, question 11. Okay, why don't I give you the answer? You check whether your answer is correct. Okay, if it is wrong, along the way, if you find that you're able to see where your mistakes are, you actually able to understand and you want to stop the video and carry on with your own correction. Okay, yes, I strongly encourage you to do that. Don't follow through the video from first question to last question. You're going to learn nothing. Alright, mathematics is learned through trying out. Alright, so the answer is 48. So if you along the way you feel confident that you want to pause the video and try on your own, please carry on. Alright, and I strongly encourage you to do that. Okay, alright, an apple costs 20 cents more than an orange. So if you're comparing an apple and orange, the apple actually costs 20 cents more. Okay, now Mr. Stan bought, now this is a very important part, equal number. The number of apples and oranges that she bought is actually the same number. Okay, and because of that, she spent $4.80 more on apple than oranges. Okay, now I want you to think, that means for every one apple, if you're comparing one apple and one orange, apple actually costs more. How much more? 20 cents more. Okay, 20 cents more. Okay, by the way, I am more comfortable to convert everything to cent because of the decimal point. Alright, I'm not too sure how you think, but I find it easier. So I'm going to convert my 480 into 480 cents as well. Okay, so if you're comparing one apple and one orange, the apple actually costs 20 cents more than orange. Now, because she bought the number of apples and oranges is the same, meaning if I were to add up all my 20 cents, because every apple is 20 cents more, if I add up all the apples, 20 cents, 20 cents, 20 cents, that will add up to 480 cents. Okay, remember every one apple is 20 cents more, and she spent 480 cents more on apples and oranges. Meaning to say, if I want to know number of apples, that means if I want to know number of apples she bought, okay, I will get my 480, because that is 480 cents is the money that we have collected all from all the apples. Divide by one apple is 20 cents more. Divide by 20. Alright, that will tell us the number of apples that she actually bought in total. Okay, so that will, let me erase this first. Okay, so that will be, break it up, 20 divided by 2 divided by 10. So 480 divided by 2, 240. Okay, divided by 10 divided by 10, 24 divided by 1 is 24. So in fact, she bought 24 apples. Okay, by using 480 cents divided by 20 cents, we know that she bought 24 apples. Now that is not the answer, because the question asking you how many fruits did she buy in all. The fruits here also consist of oranges. Right, so from here she bought 24 apples and she bought the equal number of apples and oranges. So the total number of fruits that she bought will be 24 oranges plus 24 apples. Okay, so answer, that's why answer is 48. So in total, she bought 48 apples and oranges. Okay, in total. Alright. Okay, for question 12, again, let me just give you the answer. The answer is 211. So at any one time you find that you are confident to pause the video to work out the question on your own, please, I strongly encourage you to do that. Okay, so let's look at the question. There were 438 paper clips in a box. Mr. Chiu used 1/3 of them. That means 1/3 of the 438. Mr. Chiu used 65 fewer as compared to Mr. Chiu. So how many paper clips were left? Okay, so I'm going to use the units, okay, the unitary method to actually guide you. For those of you who, if you want to use the P5 method, okay, by all means carry on. Okay, so 435, that means this is the number of paper clips at first. 438 paper clips. Mr. Chiu used 1/3 of it. That means we have to divide the total number of paper clips into 3 units. And 3 units is actually 438. So from here, find out 1 unit. So 438 divided by 3. Okay, that will be 146. So from here I know Mr. Chiu used 146 paper clips. Now Mr. Chiu actually used fewer, 65 fewer. So 146 minus 65, and that will be 81. Okay, so from here we know that total 438. Mr. Chiu used 146, Mrs. Chiu used 81. Alright, so that's how you do question 12. Okay, so do pause the video if you need to relook at these 3 questions on page 3 before we go on to page 4. Okay, page 4, I have removed question 3, question 13. Question 13, because question 13 is ratio, so I will park this aside first. You don't do question 13, but let's look at question 14 now. Okay, area of triangle. Okay, so the figure below shows a rectangle MNOP. So let me just guide you. What is the meaning of MNOP? That means M is here. You follow my blue ink, MNOP. Alright, so that is a rectangle that the question is referring to. Okay, so find the area of the shaded part. Okay, shaded part. So it's very obvious that this is the shaded part. This is the shaded part that we are talking about. And if you look at the shape of the shaded part, it is not a rectangle, it is not a triangle, so there's no direct formula to look for it. Okay, so how do we solve this question? Right, so again the answer is 24 square cm. Alright, so how do we solve this question? You will need to find out the area of this big triangle. Okay, this one, the one in blue. Okay, after that, you find the area of this smaller triangle. So that's the second step. Third step, what should we do? After you know the area of the blue triangle, after you know the area of the red triangle, you will find the difference. Take the area of the big triangle minus the area of the small triangle. That will be the answer, the area of the shaded part. Okay, so those of you who were stuck, maybe after I explain to you, you want to pause the video and give it a try. Alright, it's not that difficult. Okay, so maybe it's good that we pause here, then we take a look at how to solve this. So basically there are 3 steps. Step number 1, find the area of the blue triangle. Step 2, find the area of the red triangle. Step 3, find the difference between the two. That will be the area of the shaded part. Right, give it a try. Okay, so area of, I can call it the bigger triangle, equals to half base times height. Okay, so what's the base? The base will be, of course, 6, because this is a rectangle. Alright, the breadth should be the same, 6. Height, okay, height will be 14. Height will be, let me draw the height. Height will be from here all the way to here. Okay, which is 14. Okay, so divide by 2, divide by 2. 6 times 7, 42 square cm. Okay, so that is the area of the big triangle. Now let's look at the area of the red triangle. So I call it area of smaller triangle. So again, half base times height. In this case, the base is also 6. The height is given in the diagram, that is 6. So divide by 2, divide by 2. 3 times 6, 18. So the area of the smaller triangle is 18 square cm. So from here, to find the difference, so the area of the shaded part will be the area of the big triangle minus the area of the smaller triangle. Okay, so answer is 24 square cm. Okay, so let's get question 15. Question 15, Suling added some cement, which we do not know what this is. We do not know, we're supposed to find out, to 3/5 kg of sand. Alright, so basically she added some cement plus 3/5 kg of sand. So what happened after that will be, after she has mixed these two, she put them equally into 2 pails. Equally, alright, in the 2 pails. And from one of the pail, she used 1/4 kg from one pail, and the amount of mixture left is actually 1/8. Actually 1/8. Okay, so how much cement was added to the sand at first? So let's focus on just one pail. Okay, let me change my color. Okay, so one pail. Okay, I know that because she used 1/4 and she left 1/8. That means from here I will know that the mass of one pail is of the mixture is actually 3/8 kg. Alright, that's one pail. So for 2 pails, because there are 2 pails in total, so 3/8 times 2. right? Here by 2, here by 2. So it's 3/4 kg. So the mass, that means the total mass is actually 3/4 kg. Okay, so let's go back to the very first part. Remember, she added some cement to 3/5 kg of the sand. That means the amount of cement will be 3/4 minus away 3/5 kg of the sand. Right, so lowest common multiple of 4 and 5 is 20. 4 times 5, 3 times 5. 5 times 4, 3 times 4. Right, so she added 320 kg of cement to the sand at first. Okay, alright, question 16 I'm going to skip because the question revolve ratio. And question 17. Alright, let's look at question 17. Question 17, Mr. Lee paid a total of $152 for 10 concert tickets. Now the cost of the ticket of the child one is 3/5, meaning 3 units for the child, 5 units to the adults tickets. Okay, by the way, the answer is 4 and 6. Okay, so at any one time, do stop if you find that you are good to work it out on your own. Okay, so yeah, where was I? Okay, yes, so the cost of the adult ticket is 3 units as compared to the adult ticket is 5 units. And last one, the cost of the adult is actually $20. Okay, $20. Okay, so maybe this time around I will use the P5 method to guide you the first part first, which is a child's ticket. Okay, so the child ticket is 3/5 of the adults. So to find out the cost of each child ticket, you get 3/5 times $20 because of the adult ticket. Alright, so divide by 5, divide by 5. So each child ticket is $12. Okay, for those of you who are not comfortable, you want to use the P4 method, also can. Very quickly, that means now you will know 5 units. Okay, 5 unit is 20. So you find out what is 3 units, which is the child. Okay, so by now you should be able to find out 5 unit is 20, then you work out 3 unit. Okay, the answer will be the same 12. Alright, so this is the P4 method, but I thought this time I will use the P5 method to get through, because this question is, this is only first step. Okay, so now you know the adult ticket is $20 and the child's ticket is $12. Okay, the question is asking you, because Mr. Lim paid a total of $152 for 10 concert tickets, you're supposed to find out how many adult tickets, how many child tickets did he buy. Alright, so you can use try and error method. So very quickly, because this is a 2-mark question, so the numbers are actually much smaller. So very quickly, just show you. So you will have a table like this. Okay, so first you will guess and check. Okay, guess and check. That's for the child, the adult. Okay, next you need to find out the total, and lastly you need to check. What do you want to check? You want to check that ensure the total is actually $152. So remember, there are 2 conditions we need to fulfill here. Number 1, first condition, the total must be $152. Number 2, second condition, the number of concert tickets must be 10. Okay, so the easiest way is, of course, you start with 5 child, 5 adult tickets. So if there are 5 child tickets, 5 times 2 is 10. Sorry, it's not 2. 5 times the child is 12. can use another color. So 5 times 12 is 60. Okay, next 5 times adult is $20. So the adult will be 5 times 20, $100. So total 160. So no, that's not what we want, because the total has to be 152. So too many. Alright, too many. So let me use the color. Too many tickets for adults. That's why you've exceeded the 152. So you need to ask yourself is, now which one do I decrease? Adult or child? If it's too much, then we have to reduce the adult, because the adult ticket is more expensive. So let's say I reduce it to 4. If 4 adults, the child ticket must be 6. Remember, first condition, the second condition, these 2 adults must be 10. Okay, so let's try. So 6 times 12 and 4 times 20. Okay, so 6 times 12 is 72, and 4 times 20 is actually 80. Alright, so add out these two, 152. Yes, that fulfill the first condition. Okay, so that's the reason why. So if you look, there should be 6 child and 4 adult tickets. Okay, 4 and 6. Okay, all right. Next question, the last page. Again, because question 18 talks about ratio, so I have actually leave that question out. Same thing for question 19, ratio. So I left question 19 out. We'll go back to these questions once we have done the next topic on ratio. Okay, question 20. Okay, let me just give you the answer. The answer is $432. Okay, so I think most of you are stuck with this question is because you do not know how to draw the models. Now later on, when after I show you the model, some of you might be able to solve it on your own. All right, so the total cost of the oven and a bread machine is $804. Now this is an important statement. Okay, 1/4 of the cost of the oven is 46. Sorry of this typo error. Okay, for more than 1/6 of the cost of the bread machine. Now what does that mean? Okay, meaning to say, if I were to draw oven and bread machine, meaning 1/4 of the cost. Okay, 1/4. That means I draw let's say this is my 1/4. Okay, this is my 1/4. If you compare with 1/6, this is my 1/6. This is actually $46 more. Meaning this will be my 1/4. Okay, and this will be my 1/6. Okay, now before you go on, you need to understand this part. So oven, 1/4 of the oven is actually $46 more than 1/6 of the cost of the bread machine. So this is my 1/4. If I were to extend another 1/4, because 1/4, this will be my second 1/4, third 1/4, and the fourth 1/4. So that will be the cost of the oven, 1/4 times 4 of them. So every 1/4 is $46 more than 1/6. Likewise for the bread machine, this is 1/6. So you need to draw 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So each of this is 1/6, 1/6, 1/6, 1/6, 1/6. Okay, And the next important one is the total. This whole total is actually 804. Right? So some of you might able to work it out on your own now. So you need to know how many total units are there. So let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 units. So there are a total of 10 units. This 10 unit is 804, but this 804 is 10 units plus the 446, in which I don't want. If I want to find out what's my 10 units, so I need to minus off my 46 times 4, because I don't want the 446. Alright, so 804 minus 46 times 4 is 184, and that will be 620. Alright, so 1 unit will be 620 divided by 10, that is 62. Okay, the question wants us to find out what is the cost of the oven. So the oven will be 4 units. So 62 times 4, that will be 248. So the cost of the oven will be 248 plus the 46 times 4. So that will be 184, and answer will be 432. Alright, okay. Right, so that will be the corrections for the short answer test for April for today. Now for tomorrow onwards, Wednesday, Thursday, and then next Monday, I will be continue with the heuristics, and by next Monday we will complete the whole heuristic worksheets for semester 1. Alright, okay, so I will see you tomorrow.